Yeah, wow. So you grew up in India. That's crazy. How long did you all live there before you left?
Well, I still have family out there. My parents, after they stopped going into the jungles and all of that, they started a school for the children of leper parents. These children had no place to go and they had no life. So they started a school for the children of leper parents, and that's still going on. And I have a grand nephew, I guess he is, that is the one that's running it right now. So I have deep connections with India still.
Okay. Any really fond memories of what it was like, growing up there? And it's been, I'm curious because, you've lived a long time and you'll know things that almost nobody knows nowadays because you lived them and experienced them. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, well, it's a good question and one that uh, I love answering because the kids that I played with kept rubbing my arms to try and get the white color off.
Wow.
Isn't that lovely?
That's funny. Huh.
Yeah. So,
Were you like the only, I mean, besides you and your parents, were you the only white person in most of these communities?
yeah, they probably the only ones that we had seen, that the people had seen. But maybe once in a while there'd been a British soldier who came through or something. But the people that went into the jungles to help the village people were very scarce. So the work that my parents did was I thought in my heart, it was the way to live, so it was great and colored my whole life. In fact, my mother had a statement that she used all through the life, and I've had my used through mine, is if you get into a situation and you don't really know what to do about that, you make do. The make do part of how to get through situations and live through them is something that is very important in my life and has led the way I've done things in the field of medicine. In fact, when I started a medical school, I went to Women's Medical College in Philadelphia, which was the only women's medical college in the country. And we started with 50 students, and only 25 of us graduated because the faculty felt that the world that we were going out into as women doctors was going to be so hard that we had to be tougher and smarter and all of that than the guys.
Mm.
So if we did something that was not quite acceptable, it was very easy to just flunk us out. However, what the dean did with me was send me to the psychiatrist a couple of times because she thought my attitude towards healing was wrong.
Really? Wow. What did you think? You were crazy or what,
No,
like what kinds of attitudes did you have that were contrary to what you thought?
it's the one that's still there. All of medicine is a war against disease and pain. We're supposed to diagnose a disease and get rid of that disease and try and minimize pain to the minimum so that it goes away. And
Mm.
I don't see diseases as our enemy. I see them as teachers. My body is
Mm.
trying to teach me something when I have something going on because see, the way I look at medicine, and this was probably considered crazy at the time. I don't know what the psychiatrist always sent me back, so it was good for me. But when my oldest son is now a retired orthopedic surgeon up in he's up Washington State. Anyway, when he came through Phoenix, after he'd gotten his training, he was going down to Del Rio, Texas to start his practice. And he says, Mom, I'm real scared. I'm going to go into the world. I'm going to have people's lives in my hands. I don't know if I can handle that. And I said to him, well, Carl, if you think you're the one that does the healing, you have a right to be scared. But if you can realize that you have the ability to do what you have been trained to do, this orthopedic stuff is amazing. If we need an orthopedic surgeon, we need a good one. We need to have the kind of thing that you know how to do. But when you have done your job, and during the time that you're working on that, you then turn the actual healing over to the patient who has within them what I call a physician within them that takes over the healing part of it. So the whole process of healing is a cooperation between the physician, who is the licensed physician on the outside, and the physician within the patient, who then really does the healing. Because if they don't hear what you're saying, or if they don't accept it, or if they don't do it, then you can't do anything about that.